Most of you probably have noticed that I haven't been uploading in a while. Mainly because I've been doing other things. But I really just haven't been focusing on it. And I really want to be better at it, I guess, again. So, I recently got the achievement for beating the King's Gauntlet, which took a while, but it's finally done. And I decided, why not rank the 5 bosses in it? And I know 5 isn't a lot, but I really need some content. And I also know I haven't made a Fortnite video in like, I don't know. But I have the footage, so if this video gets like more than 2 likes, then yeah. Now it should appear no surprise to most of you guys that the number 5 is gonna be the pawns. I actually have seen some people struggle a lot on this boss. I don't know why. Part of the reason might be that you don't have to jump and then dash to parry. You can just dash straight into them and it counts. But it gets really overwhelming at a point. But still, I don't find it much of a challenge. Coming in at number 4 is Team Cherry's worst disaster, the Knight. Now, I used to really struggle on this boss, and him being the second in the gauntlet, it gave me a lot of practice to try to beat him, you know? But, I was able to, like, time how many times I could get in parries per attack. All I can say is this guy does have way too much health for, the boss fight to be too much fun. Never mind. But just watching a person fight this boss, it just looks so fun. But when you actually do it, it's just not as fun, but it's still fun. And now I'm very confused. This is your fault, Team Chair. The next boss that is on the list is the Queen, which I know we just took a huge jump from going to the first boss, second boss, then 5th boss. But I found this, the Queen actually pretty easy. It took me not like a lot of attempts at all compared to like the Rook and Bishop and stuff. But the cannons are really hard to aim. I found them very confusing at first. Her line attack's really easy. Her jewelry attack's really easy. But I did find out that if you don't shoot a cannonball at her in time, then the jewelry will just go on forever until you deal damage to her. So you can consider it somewhat of a phase. But that makes it like really tough. But other than that, I found this boss just really easy. At number 2, we have the Rook, who is most people's favorite boss, and I really like the mechanics of how the fight works, pairing it. It's just so much fun. If I'm in my free time and I want to do a King's Gauntlet boss, I would definitely do this guy. When I was doing my King's Gauntlet run, so I actually managed to get to, sorry, I'm playing Cookie Clicker at the same time I'm editing this video. But, I find his attacks really fun. To just beat him casually, it didn't take too long, and in my King's Gauntlet run thingy, I actually beat him first try just because out of the pure adrenaline that I was feeding off. But I just really like this guy. I find him hard, but at the end of the day, not really too hard where he's not fun anymore. Speaking of bosses that are so hard that they're not fun anymore, it's the Bishop. I just really hate this guy just because of the head patterns, and he took me the longest of any other boss to beat casually. Just because of how weird his movement is, I just really don't like the fight altogether. It looks fun, but it's not fun. But it's not like a Team Cherry kind thing. This is just all the way through, just the most difficult boss, just because of how tough the patterns are to memorize. You can't really like take too much time. Also, the pedestal's way too high. And I'm not on my own with hating this boss. Like people like Justo All Day.
Westo, you saw me switch it, sweet dog. Sweet dog, you literally saw me switch.
Also, are not too fond of him, and I find him the hardest and the least fun. But yeah, I guess that was my rating of all the King's Gauntlet bosses. I hope you enjoyed. So I guess that's a wrap for the video, and I guess I'll leave it off with this very deep exhale I did. Subscribe for Fortnite content.